Hey everyone, welcome back to Behind the Mind. In the last episode, we uncovered some deep and shocking truths about women, things people often overlook or avoid discussing. But that was only the beginning. Today, we're going even deeper into the female psyche, exploring the hidden emotional codes, the unspoken behaviors, and the psychological patterns that drive women more than they even realize. This one might completely reshape how you see love, attraction, and human connection. Let's start with this. Women are emotional strategists. Everything they do has a purpose, even the silence. Sometimes it's not that she doesn't care, it's that she's watching, observing, testing. She wants to see how you react under pressure, how you deal with tension, how you handle her silence. Because in her mind, emotional control equals security. When you panic or overreact, she feels instability. But when you stay calm, when you lead with composure, she feels safe. And safety, to a woman, is the foundation of attraction. The truth is, women rarely say what they mean directly. They communicate through emotion, tone, and energy. You might hear her words, but what matters more is how she says them, because that's where the truth hides. When she says "I'm fine," listen to the energy, not the sentence. Her emotions speak louder than her words. Attention, it's her emotional oxygen. She craves it. But not all attention is equal. A man who gives too much, too easily, loses value. A man who gives too little seems cold. What keeps her drawn is balance, reassurance mixed with mystery. She wants to feel wanted, but not owned. She wants to be desired, but not chased endlessly. When you're always available, she subconsciously feels she's already won you, and the chase ends. But when you maintain that subtle air of independence, that quiet confidence, she stays intrigued. Remember, it's not about ignoring her. It's about showing that you have a life, a purpose, and a direction outside her. Because women are magnetically attracted to men who have something they can join, not something they have to fix. Emotional memory is another powerful thing about women. A woman doesn't just remember what you said, she remembers how it made her feel. You could forget a random conversation years ago, but she'll recall the tone, the emotion, and the way your eyes looked when you said it. That's why the first man who makes her feel truly desired, seen, or safe leaves a permanent imprint. Even if she moves on, part of her subconscious remains emotionally attached to that memory. It's not weakness, it's biology. Emotional attachment for women runs deep, especially when intimacy is involved. Now let's talk about the desire for challenge. A woman's attraction doesn't thrive on ease, it thrives on growth and curiosity. When a relationship becomes too predictable, her mind starts wandering. She doesn't want endless peace. She wants depth, energy, and evolution. The right kind of man keeps her guessing, not through games, but through growth. When you evolve, when you surprise her with new layers of yourself, when you challenge her to become better, she stays hooked. She wants a man who challenges her mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, a man she can't fully figure out, but can fully feel. That's why she's drawn to men with vision, confidence, and quiet dominance. Because those qualities reflect certainty. And in a world full of uncertainty, certainty is sexy. Contrary to popular belief, women's desire is not weaker than men's. In fact, research shows it's often more complex and intense. While men are visually triggered, women are emotionally and mentally triggered first. Her desire starts in the mind. A confident tone, a calm posture, and emotional dominance awaken her more than physical appearance ever could. She wants to feel your presence, not just see it. And here's the secret most men never understand: women love sex, but not just for pleasure. For her, sex is emotional power. It's connection, validation, surrender, and memory, all wrapped into one experience. When you understand that, you stop treating it like an act and start treating it like communication. Every woman carries a queen mentality deep inside her. She doesn't want to be chased. She wants to be chosen. She doesn't want to be worshipped. She wants to be respected. She doesn't want to control. She wants to trust. But to trust, she must first test. That's why she'll push boundaries, ask difficult questions, or act distant not to hurt you, but to see if your strength is real or just a show. She wants to know, can you lead when things get messy? Can you remain calm when she's emotional? Can you protect her peace without losing your own? If your answer is yes, she'll follow you without hesitation, not because she's weak, but because you've earned her trust. This is emotional leadership, the kind of power that doesn't shout, doesn't dominate, but guides. It's not about control through fear. It's about influence through presence. When a woman feels your grounded energy, she feels safe enough to soften. When she feels your direction, she feels inspired to follow. When she feels your strength without ego, she falls deeper than she planned to. But remember, admiration is greater than love. A woman can love a man she doesn't admire, but she will never stay with him. The moment admiration dies, attraction fades. She may still care, but the spark disappears. So never stop becoming someone she can look up to, not in status, but in energy. And here's the twist: women are not trying to be mysterious. They are mysterious because their emotions move faster than logic. That's what makes them so powerful and unpredictable. They don't want perfection. They want realness. They want to feel alive. They want a man who makes them think, laugh, feel, and grow all at once. So, if you want to understand women, stop focusing only on what they say. Watch how they react. Listen to what they don't say. Pay attention to their patterns, their energy, their comfort levels. Because everything about a woman tells a story if you're patient enough to read it. Understanding women isn't about control. It's about awareness. It's about recognizing that emotions, not logic, guide attraction. And when you can move within that emotional world without losing your balance, you become unforgettable. Thanks for watching Behind the Mind. If this episode opened your eyes, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, because in the next one, we're breaking down the hidden ways women test men and how your reaction determines whether you become her obsession or just another memory. Stay tuned and keep going behind the mind.